In fulfilling her mandate of harnessing the human capital and material resources of Nigerians in the diaspora, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission is engaging, enabling and encouraging her diaspora with programs and projects that will be mainly domiciled in the state and local government areas of the country. To this effect, the Commission, in partnership with state governments, has appointed 33 state diaspora focal point officers and the FCT. Please stay tuned for more information as we bring activities of Day 2 of the just concluded 3rd Summit of the State Diaspora Focal Point Officers and Standing Committee on Diaspora Matters. This is your favorite program, The Diaspora, and I am Koinsola Adetumbi. Please stay tuned. The Secretary to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Engineer Dr. Sule Yakubu Basi, reiterated some of the duties and responsibilities of the State Diaspora Focal Point Officers. Please take a listen.
Functions of State Diaspora Focal Point Officers include 1. To liaise with NITCOM to harnessing the resources, talents and skills of Nigerians in the diaspora towards the overall socio-economic, cultural and political development of Nigeria in general and their respective states in particular. It's very important for us to note this. The second duty of the State Diaspora Focal Point Officer is to serve as the main link between the state government and Nigerians in diaspora from the state, to serve as the main link between the state government and the Nigerians in the diaspora from the state. To establish the State Diaspora Focal Point Office has a minimum requirement. Definitely an office space. You can't operate from a no office place. An address for the office where any visiting diaspora from the state can easily locate. A telephone number and an email address. A dedicated computer system for keeping the database of Nigerians in the diaspora from the state. You just have to have that. A website for the office where you will keep posting things that are happening in the state so that your diaspora from your state can go to that website and be able to key in and see what is happening. A GSM communication platform, whether it's WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram or whatever it is. Definitely staff to man the office, because it will be a negative for a diaspora from Kaduna State to come and you tell him, we have a State Diaspora Focal Point Officer from Kaduna State, go to Kaduna, this is the office address. And then he goes there and there is nobody in the office. The office is under lock and key. So there must be some staff to welcome him, to gladly share information about what is happening in the state, ask to development to complement whatever the government is doing.
Thank you. Now the State Diaspora Focal Point Officers give their scorecard so far.
Pleasure to make this presentation on behalf of Benue State at the auspicious time when we are celebrating another milestone in the development of diaspora relations in our dear country. The launching of the National Diaspora Policy. I'm delighted to bring warm greetings from His Excellency Governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, and our diaspora communities throughout the world. The Benue State Governor and our diaspora communities join us to celebrate the launching of a new diaspora policy that will give a definite direction in the conduct of our diaspora relations. The state will immediately prepare the ground to domesticate the diaspora policy in order to work in tandem with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission towards the implementation of the new policy.
In my appointment in 2015 till date, I made sure that my vision was not outside the harnessing of resources and abilities and capabilities of cross-variants in the diaspora so that they can come and participate in the development of the state. In our mission statement, I made sure that we had to engage cross-variant diasporans constructively for them to participate in the day-to-day policy implementation of the state. Our policy objectives was for me as a special advisor to act as a bridge and as a link between the home government and cross-variants in the diaspora, and to create a conducive atmosphere for diaspora investment. We also try to make sure that we promote the return of returnees and setting up of schemes that would have been for their own protection and welfare. And then to maintain a socio-cultural relation with all the cross-river groups of parapos across Africa. What have we achieved? In my first tenure on board, I'd made sure that I came up with about 32 medical doctors from the United Kingdom that came and offered free medical services. As I'm talking to you now, last week, a group of physicians from the United States, from Cross River State, came to Cross River to offer free medical services at the Women Development Center.
Our Borno, our success. The office was inaugurated in November 2020 after full briefing from the NIDCOM Secretary, Dr. Yakubu Sulebasi, at the NIDCOM headquarters, Abuja. Believe you me, before this inauguration, right after the swearing-in of His Excellency, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, MNI FNSE, he has recognized the importance of professionals and diasporans in the affairs and scheme of things, and he has invited and encouraged many of those professionals. You find them in the field of health, agriculture, the sciences, governance, humanitarian activities occasioned by the Boko Haram challenges that we're facing in Borno State. And most of them are working on a temporary basis, just trying to make sure that Borno State rises again. And so since the inauguration of this, of my office, the Borno State has successfully carried out some of the following activities. It's been able to secure an office complex which will serve as its headquarters in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. Renovation work is at an advanced stage, and a recruitment of staff made up of an IT professional, admin officers and account officers is almost completed. We've also set up a database of Borno indigenes, which is being developed gradually with intensive engagements and interactions with our people in the diaspora. Similarly, we've set up social media platforms such as WhatsApp group, Facebook page, Instagram page, LinkedIn, and Twitter handles. We also have a Gmail account. We are engaging and encouraging as well as enabling our people to make sure that we encourage them to come and participate, to key into the developmental activities and programs of His Excellency.
As well. We've been having sessions with our diasporans online. We have a social media page at Oyo State Diasporans where they reach out to us and we do projects together. One of our diasporans, who's a commissioner in the United States, we were able to partner with her, and she came and opened up a 50-bedroom shelter home in Ibadan, basically for abused victims. That's a 50-bedroom. So, you know, and this is what NIDCOM is always hammering on, for us to reach out to the diasporans and work with them. It's been of great benefit. Currently in Oyo State, we started talent shows as well. We partnered with a diasporan company in the UK to do talent search. The first show is going to be about voice, which is called Got Voice, Oyo State Got Voice, and the winner will walk away with close to 5 million naira worth of, you know, stuff, a brand new car, a plot of land, etc. This is partnering with our diasporans as well. Omitutu Initiative in the diaspora donated some money, 1 million naira, towards the successful repatriation of our victims. Sometime in June last year, the Dubai Crown Prince, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, he actually assisted in paying for hospital bills for one of our citizens who went into premature labor in Saudi. We've been collating data. We have about 10 WhatsApp groups for different countries on our phone, and we have quite a nice amount of our citizens, about 50 each in each one of those groups. So it's growing daily. We're asking them to push it out as well. So that might be a good way to reach out to the people in the diaspora. Currently, we offer free Yoruba lessons online on our page, Friday and Sundays, 6 to 7. We pay a teacher because we don't joke with our language. Omo Badankini so swa. My mom is English, but I speak Yoruba very well. So we've been doing a lot. Community development projects coming up. We're planning various programs with that this year.
Thank you for the wonderful updates. We will continue after the break.
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down.
Do you have a job where you're going to? No, but someone is arranging, you know...
Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. You know, I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Welcome back. Now remember, if you must travel, travel legitimately. Back to our presentations.
His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Umar Ganduje is extremely interested in all diaspora-related activities, especially in initiatives that would solidify diaspora interrelation. I am pleased to present the following updates around Kano State diaspora activities. We have been doing a lot actually. So far, we have WhatsApp forum. We also have a social media forum that we communicate with our diaspora almost every day. We don't really have time to say maybe quarterly or 2 months. We are always in touch with them because there are a lot of activities. The key activities we have for 2021, the passage of the KidCom bill, implementation of some few support programs by our diaspora citizens, organization of Kano Economic and Diaspora Investment Summit, KEDIS 2021, land support by His Excellency to Kano in diaspora, get investment from our diaspora communities. The Kano KidCom bill, which is Kano in Diaspora Commission.
Through my office, we're working now, we're talking with some partners outside that are coming to establish a diagnostic laboratory, basically in the north, that will cover the northeast and later most part of northern Nigeria. Instead of going outside to India and other places, you can have there, and that will also boost our medical tourism base. That's through the office of the DG, Diaspora Office. In addition, there's a company or a group of companies that we're working through the efforts of our office that are coming to Gombe very soon. Discussions have reached a certain stage. They are coming to Gombe very soon. What are they going to this thing? Emerging technologies, drone, cloning, hacking, and all those things that you do, cloud and heavy database, they will establish it. The beauty of that is that in the next few years, we intend that for now at inception, about 50,000 Gombe youths will benefit from this program. So we're targeting millions of them in the next few years. And that is an effort that we're making.
As part of the sideline events of the 3rd State Diaspora Focal Point Officers Summit, a visit to the Chairman House Committee on Diaspora Affairs, Honorable Tolulokpe Akonde Shadikwe, was most desirable. Enjoy the interaction.
We thank you very much, and we look forward to more of your inputs in the programs and activities, not only of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, but also of the state diaspora focal point offices and officers nationwide.
As special advisors and commissioners who are interested in diaspora, I want to implore you to please go back home and get the commitment of your executives to ensure that the civil service in each and every state in this nation is ready to collaborate with the Nigerian diaspora to ensure that there's productivity. It is a priority.
Why don't we have 1 million Nigerians in the diaspora donate 1,000 naira monthly? 1,000 naira monthly from 1 million of them is 1 billion ma. Now, over 36 states, plus Abuja, 37 states, right? If we can empower 100 people from each of these states, multiply that by the 37, Honorable Chairman, that's 3,700 people will be empowered with a minimum of 200,000 naira each. Nigeria of today, 200,000 naira is enough to rent a shop, buy some items to sell, or use the money to be trained, buy the tools to start working on. Now, that will be 3,700 people empowered with under 740 million naira. The rest can be used for admin, recruiting NYSC people to disperse this money. In a year, Honorable Chairman, we would have empowered 44,400 people. If the Nigerians abroad hear about this, that all they need to drop is 1,000 naira, with your statistics you gave us yesterday, we have millions of Nigerians worldwide. And us diasporans can also give you our database. In Oyo, we have about 500 people on our database already. So if we push this out powerfully, maybe you organize a dinner, we all sit there, you announce it to the world with Honorable Abike Dabiri, I think they would key into it ASAP. They too want to support and assist what is going on.
I am delighted that with a firm national policy on diaspora, there will no longer be any communication lacuna, in the sense that communication will be routed to the right sources, and you will not be expecting such a problem in future, because we will domesticate the policy in our state and ensure that all communication coming to you next time is routed through the state before it gets to you. So I want to thank you for and other institutions that have contributed to the formulation of this national policy on diaspora. And I want to thank all of you who made efforts to make this happen. And we can assure you that relations with our diaspora communities will be smoother going forward. Thank you very much.
I'm proud to say that my Excellency, His Excellency Senator Dr. Kowa, has been able to empower 12,000 returnees and youths of Delta State origin. We have the programs, youth agricultural empowerment programs, and skill training programs. So what we do is when these returnees come back, we try and ask them what they want to do, and we try to fix them in places. And many of them, are now empowered. They are now employees of labor. And it's so significant that the last batch of returnees, you hardly found a Deltan there. Our aim is to make sure that we wipe away that Delta being, being the hub of illegal immigration. But I'm proud to say that Delta State significantly has empowered returnees.
And now we wrap up with our mamatrician, Dr. Lulu, with suicide notes.
We're going to read from my book, 18's Life, from chapter 3. Chapter 3 actually talks about the numbers of suicide worldwide, and we're going to probably touch on Nigeria as well. So thank you so much for listening to me. I'm going to read, and as I read, I might stop and discuss. So it may not just be full-fledged reading, but I think this is going to be educational. All right, let's go. So, did you know that according to the WHO, more than 800 people die globally by suicide each year? 800,000. Did I say 800? 800,000 people. So nearly 1 million people. That roughly translates to one suicide every 40 seconds. Here's the problem though. As of 2020, the same WHO predicted that by the year 2020, it will be one suicide every 20 seconds. Now, this book was actually written in 2018. It came out in 2019, but it was written in 2018. So the numbers were as of 2018, but as of today, 2021, the WHO's prediction is one suicide every 20 seconds. As a matter of fact, in July of 2020, the last time we looked at the numbers, it was one suicide every 26.9 seconds. Here's the situation with that. Most suicides are still not reported. Suicides are still mostly underreported. So even at one every 20 seconds, you can look at in 5 minutes while I'm speaking, how many deaths could that be? This is so not good. Okay, so suicide claims more lives than malaria, breast cancer, war, and homicide. Of course, we talk about homicide because I live in the US and that's where kind of most of the numbers came from. But regardless, malaria, breast cancer, war, homicide. And of course, the current pandemic is coronavirus. It probably suffices to say that suicide might be competing with coronavirus. Here's why I said that. In the US, since 1999, suicide rates in adults have increased by 30%. I want you to listen to the next thing I'm going to say closely. In the year 2020 alone, suicides in youth, in children, has gone up by 70%. 70. So now, in the US at least, suicide is only second to accidents as a leading cause of death in children aged 10 through 34. If numbers are anything, that number is crazy. Here's the reason why it's crazy. It is second only to accidents. So that tells you that many of those accidents might be suicides. We don't know for sure. Could it be? You know why I said that? Because in my podcast, which is called Suicide Pages, I interview only people who have either looked suicide in the eye, suicide attempts, suicidal behavior, whatever. Majority of them will tell you that they wanted to make their suicides look like accidents. I am one of those people. The day I wanted to kill myself, I was going down a highway. I was going at over 85 miles an hour. The rooftop of my convertible was down. I had no seatbelt on. I was trying to drive off the highway. I wanted it to look like an accident, and I did not want to survive that accident. So when I tell you that statistic of suicide being second only to accidents is questionable, you know why. But I digress. Let's keep going. However, since many suicides still go underreported, mostly due to stigma, if you have any questions for me, kindly send an email to suicide notes with Dr. Dr. Lulu, L-U-L-U, @gmail.com. Again, my name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Malnutrition.
Thank you for staying all through the program. We hope it's been worth your while. And in case you have anything to share with us, please do not hesitate to do so as we expect feedback on our show. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Twitter at NIDCOM_Gov, on our Instagram page at NIDCOM_Gov, on our YouTube page at NIDCOM_Gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network on Friday at 10:30 a.m., on NTA International on Tuesday at 6 a.m. and 10:05 p.m., on NTA News 24 on Friday at 2:30 p.m., and on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. You can also join us on WAP TV on Thursdays at 9 a.m. and on WTV on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m. And you can join us on Ben TV London at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. I remain your host, Koinsola Adetumbi. See you next time.